All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash. Divine is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And also, I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to do a response onto 3 videos I have here pulled up. And they cover a few things, all right? And this morning, man, I didn't get a chance to do my morning lesson, all right? Morning was kind of hectic, ripping and running. I mean, as soon as I got up, I had to rip and run, man. But, finally made it back home. So want to get the work in, of course. And Lord willing, is edifying, all right? Now, this is a video here, man, that I actually had on standby. I forgot about it actually. Okay, I don't know how, but I forgot about it. But the Water Yahweh Shema was shot. I still had it in my likes because I remember watching it at work, and I was like, man, it's a good video to do a response to. So this is a video here that was put up by Incash Official, and in this lesson, he's going to speak about the MOTB. Now, he don't fully understand that the MOTB is the C-HIP, but he somewhat understand that the mark that the beast system is going to give is a mark by which you can buy and pay with. Okay? Now, you have a lot of Israelites out here who still struggle with the understanding of the MOTB. You have one group saying it's sin. Another group is saying that it's Esau or it's 666 white men. It's everything but that C-HIP that's dealing with buying and paying. Okay? Excuse me, buying and selling. Right? And you guys, man, all right? You guys here in the very near future, you're going to have to have a lot to explain and to do when Esau comes forth with this MOTB. All right? I mean, this guy is going to make all of the right points. Okay? He's going to make all the right points, man. But he is not for sure that Mark is the C-HIP, okay? And this is an Edomite. Well, he appears to be an Edomite, okay? But it's sad that he understands somewhat the MOTB better than some of you Israelites out there who are just completely wrong, okay? So I'll play this video here, man. Very good clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's a very good video, all right? So here we go.
The Sustainable Development Goals have been developed essentially by bankers. You could describe it, or I would describe it, as a global Wall Street coup, essentially. Well, not necessarily Wall Street, but, transnational finance. I mean, you have people like Mark Carney, former Goldman Sachs, former head of Bank of England, Bank of Canada, Financial Stability Board, aider and abetter of HSBC's money laundering for drug cartels. He's the person that's in charge of climate action for the United Nations. Their other point man is Mike Bloomberg, former Salomon Brothers, former mayor of New York, billionaire guy. And if you think these people care about the environment and sustainable development and building a more inclusive world, I'm sorry, but you have been had. Larry.
Right. That's a good point that she made there, man. If you think Esau cares about the climate, the earth, the people, you're delusional, okay? Esau doesn't care at all about anyone but himself. Matter of fact, he's a danger unto himself, okay? Haven't you noticed This man has polluted the air that he has to breathe. But because he wants to kill you, he will do it. That's how much of a psychopath he is. This man has poisoned the water that he has to drink and to take a bath in. But just because he wants to harm you, he does it. This is how crazy this man is. All right. And you know what? Real quick, man, to go to a precept, all right, that the beloved brother Yakana, all right, who like to, hey, he's a love this precept, man. Okay, I remember him going to it all the time about Esau, all right, about Esau here in Sirach 14. This devil is crazy, okay? This devil is crazy, man. And I actually learned this precept from this brother. Okay, he's always go into it, you know. So it's stuck in my spirit, man. But this is Sirach 14, verse 5. It says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There's none worse than he that envied himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness." So Esau is evil to himself. He's a psychopath. He's a maniac, okay? I mean, a complete devil. So if he's a harm to himself, what make you think he's going to care about the earth and the people, man? He don't, bro. He has shown this time and time again, okay? He will give you the illusion that he's about life, you know. He may pass a few laws or give some crumbs here and there, right? Just to pacify you. But ultimately, he's thinking of how to overcome you, how to really just destroy your life, okay? He's a complete devil, man. Matter of fact, that's in Sirach chapter 12. Okay, let's go to that real quick. I think it's 12. Let's go to 12 here. This is Sirach chapter 12, and starting at verse 10, it says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness." So we're commanded never to trust our enemies, man. And we know, according to Psalm chapter 83, that Esau is our number one enemy, okay? The scriptures prove that, and history, life proves that, okay? There has never been no nation more oppressive and a harm to Israel than the so-called white man, okay? It says, "Though he humble himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him." You see that? And we're seeing this with the elections, okay? With Trump, you know, Kamala, right? Which I don't know, you know. She could be a Jake. Who knows? Okay, she could be a Jake. I don't know. But these are devils, man. But I'm focusing in on Esau, right? It says, "Thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away." This is still the same devil. It's the same devil, man. But Jake is having a hard time wiping that looking glass, okay? They have a hard time doing it. Even when you try to give them, all right, the spiritual rag, okay, to clean the mirror, they don't want to do it. Or the looking glass, okay? They think this devil has changed, okay? He's not. Keep in mind, Negro, you've only been allowed equal rights for 6 decades, okay? Only 60 years. I believe that Civil Rights Act was signed in 1964. So it's only been 60 years, Negro, that you have been allowed so-called equal rights. But even with that, you caught hell, man. You caught hell integrating with Esau, man. See, now I'm gonna make this video longer than I wanted to make it. Okay? Seriously. Verse 12 says, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. And Jake hasn't learned yet, man. Jake still hasn't learned. Okay? It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Right. If you're so-called trying to charm a snake, right, a serpent, playing around with it, and it bites you, that's on you, man. Or you come nigh an animal that you don't know, okay? Or somebody's dog that you don't know, and it bites you. That's on you, man. That's on you for thinking that that animal was friendly and that he was approachable, but he really wasn't. And that's Esau, man. He's that serpent. He's that wild beast. And Jake hasn't cotton on yet. All right? Cotton on. That's Mississippi slang. Cotton on. Caught on. Okay? Caught on. Cotton on. Well, here we go. All right? Cotton on.
Larry Fink is in this group too, and he doesn't, I mean, to think that he wants to make a more inclusive world is insane. He's interested in increasing the amount of assets that BlackRock manages, and pretty much only that.
And this is exactly what is happening right now. The elites have a massive plan already in place that's been in place for not just the last couple years, but technically the last couple decades. And in this video, I really want to outline what's actually happening. So welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's take a quick look at this video of Larry Fink from BlackRock, literally telling you what is coming, what they have planned.
And we believe it's so important to be anticipating the next move. I would also say on the beginnings of a ETF Bitcoin, we believe ETFs are a technology no different than Bitcoin was a technology for asset storage. We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities about bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we can customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stocks. But if you had a tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. And so we believe this is a technological transformation for financial assets. I believe if you want to talk about voting and voting choice and all the things, if we know every moment who is the owner of that stock and it's now time to vote, every individual who has ownership is identified and they can vote their own share.
Now, what he does say in this video, I find very interesting because what he is actually talking about is tokenized IDs as well, digital IDs, tokenization of everything. This is leading us down a path to a CBDC financial system. Yet so many overlook this. And even now, as we do really kind of look at what some of these organizations like the IMF have been pushing, we have a new era for money. That's right. As bytes replace all currencies, some changes will be welcome, others may not. This is literally talking about CBDCs, the introduction of CBDCs. This was back in 2022, by the way. The same year that we started to see BlackRock pushing for a CBDC and also investing into digital ID companies. But we are supposed to forget that, right? Because apparently they're going to pump Bitcoin, right? This is where we really kind of look at where we are headed. And we are headed into a world where the elites want complete control over almost everything. And when you control the money, well, guess what? You do control everything. And also from the BIS, they already pushed a blueprint for the future monetary system, improving the old, enabling the new. And they're going to start by saying, hey, guess what? This is going to improve this and that. The savings are going to be incredible. All these efficiencies we're going to have. It's going to sound great. But we already know what this is leading us down. It's a path of control. And if we actually look into this, right, they do mention tokenization, unified ledgers, but guess what else they mention? CBDCs. They talk about CBDCs heavily within this article. And yes, crypto, DeFi, DLT, it's all a part of it. But the main goal is CBDCs. That is where, that's the end goal for all of these elite organizations. Why? Because they don't care about getting rich. That's the biggest misconception. They care about the control aspect. They feed on control. Now, also outside of this, look at what's been happening in just the last year alone. ECB official proposes unified European ledger for digital assets. Again, this is leading us down the path to a CBDC, digital euro. And what's funny about this is they already have this planned. ECB DLT trials. Check this out. This is what Germany's biggest banks to settle tokenized securities. Now, this is after just a couple months of the ECB pushing the fact that they are ready to push a CBDC. They're looking into, 2025. Also, 41 institutions joined the BIS tokenized cross-border payment project Agora. Again, this is all focused on CBDCs. When you hear tokenization, when you hear digital currencies, these central bankers and these major organizations like the BIS, which is the central bank of central banks, they are talking about CBDCs. And by the way, the IMF just recently pushed an update on October 2nd, positioning central bank digital currency in payments landscape. And this is where they are talking about the acceleration of this. And they're focused on adoption, trying to accelerate adoption and force adoption as well of CBDC-based systems. Anyone that is sitting here saying CBDCs are, some sort of conspiracy theory, or they don't believe that CBDCs are going to happen, or they're simply saying, just say no to them, guess what? That is not how we escape CBDCs. And they're already here. They're already happening. Also, Kristalina Georgieva, managing director of the IMF, said last November, CBDCs can replace cash, offer resilience. What this actually means is that they are trying to replace cash with CBDCs. And they're going to do this through significant events because this goes all the way up the food chain. Go all the way back to COVID. During COVID, guess what we heard? Oh, guess what? Cash usage is dropping. Oh, I wonder why. Is it because people are locked down? They're not leaving their house? But it allowed them to push the digital currency narrative. Now, I want to go back to...
Now, from that 4-minute clip piece right there, if you can't see that this devil is setting the stage for the MOTB, I really don't know what else to tell you, okay? From that information that he pulled up from different websites of different banks, okay? This wasn't anything that he just made up or typed on his own. These articles, as you saw, they came from the IMF, BSI, all right, and different other banks who's talking about CBDCs, cross-border payments, so on and so forth, all right? In this article here, he had pulled up at the bottom here, if you can see where it says keywords, you probably can't see it good on your screen, but I'll read this here. Right. It says, keywords here. It says CBDC, central bank digital currencies, digital financial services, digital payments, e-payments, fast payments, financial inclusion, right? Fintech, and so on and so forth, right? These are all the words that are pretty much being pushed here in this article, because Esau is setting the stage, man, for the MOTB. Okay, he's going to start with the CBDCs, right? Just to get things going digitally, right? Now, you will not receive CBDCs without a digital ID. I'm going to repeat that. You will not be able to receive CBDCs without a digital ID. They go hand in hand, okay? If you go into those 17 Sustainable Development Goals that is on the UN's official page, their official website, right? You will see that the first goal is to get everyone a digital ID that's linked to their digital bank. So this is serious, man. This is deadly serious, okay? And this world is about to change, man, okay? I mean, it's hard to picture life without cash, all right? Now, mainly today, people barely use cash, all right? I barely use cash. So it won't be hard to picture, but not being able to take money out of the bank or, use money anymore, that's going to be weird. But this is what prophecy tells us, okay? It's going to get to that level, man. Now, for you brothers and sisters out there who are still struggling with the breakdown of the MOTB, hey, man, it's high time to wake out of sleep, okay? It's high time to shake off that foolishness. It's either you just can't see it or you hate the apostles of Great Millstone. And because of your hate towards the apostles, you don't want to accept the breakdown. And that's the problem with a lot of you guys out there, man. You hate the apostles so much that you don't want to accept the truth because you was offended by something, right? You was offended by something they brought out, or you didn't agree with it, right? Case in point, the law concerning grape, right? That just sent you in a emotional girly state, and now anything the apostles say ain't valid, right? But the law is in the Bible that you're possessing, nigga. That's in the law. But since you're emotional, right, and you grew up in Babylon the Great, Babylon the Great, all right, eating cereal and shit, right, watching Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, you can't grasp that law. But that's on you, okay?
Trying to accelerate it.
That's on you, man. Proverbs chapter 1, NLT, then I'll move on to the next thing here. It says, wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. Who is crying out? The prophets, man. Okay, the prophets are the one who are teaching this wisdom, teaching this knowledge, man, in the public square, all right, in the agora, which is the marketplace, right? Brothers go downtown, different parts of where they live at, mainly where business is going on at, and they go teach the word. Or I should say we, because I do that too. It says, she calls to the crowds along the main street, to those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? And this is what we say in a nutshell, okay? How long will you be simple? How long will you scoff and mock, man? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Can't you see the truth? I mean, we're giving you articles, videos. On top of that, the breakdowns, man, of the scriptures saying exactly what we're showing you. And some way, somehow, you just can't see it. Or you don't want to see it, right? It's crazy, man. It says, verse 23, come and listen to my counsel. This is what the men of the Lord are doing. We're declaring unto you the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, right? All the counsel, right? The Apostle Paul said that in the book of Acts. I believe I think it's the 20th chapter. I could be wrong. But he said, I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. This is what we're doing, man. It says, I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. It says, I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You see that? The Lord is calling out unto his people, man, through the prophets. But the people not coming. Now the elect is coming, okay? They're listening. But all of Jake ain't taking heed. And that's prophecy, right? It says, I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. The Lord got his men out there. This truth is on every platform, okay? As concerning social media, right? It's Jake's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, you name it. Jake, pushing the word out. But Jake is paying no attention to it, right? It says, you ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. You see that? This is the reason why Jake going to be punished, man. They ignored the advice. They rejected the correction, man, through the scriptures. When brothers tell you something right, it's not something that we're just making up on our own. We have read the scriptures. We read the law. And we're telling you, look, the Most High don't like this. He don't like that. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Repent of your ways. Do the right things. But for our people, that's just too much. Man, hell nah, bro. You trying to control my life. This is my life. This is my life, bro. You can't tell me how to live my life, bro. Right? That's what a lip-hanging nigga will tell you. A lip-hanging, big t-shirt nigga will tell you that. And this is my life, bro. My life, bro. Damn fools, man. It says, verse 26, so I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. So since you didn't want to receive the advice, you didn't want correction, you paid the Lord no attention. So when the trouble comes, which is Jacob's trouble, which we know is coming down the pipe, okay? This election can really kick off some stuff. We don't know yet, but it can really set some stuff in motion. I hope it does. But when trouble comes to you, Jake, the Most High, he's going to laugh at you. Just as you laughed and point at the prophets on the highways and byways. You made jokes, right? You left, silly comments. You did parody videos. You made TikToks for laughs and kikis, right? So when it's your turn, the Lord's going to mock you. And that's through the prophets, man. He's going to laugh and mock through the prophets. It says, when calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. And Jacob's trouble is going to bring that distress, bring that anguish, man, bring that disaster, that grief, that hell. When there's a lack of food, man. 2 Ezra 15 speaks about that, right? A lack of bread. And for great tribulation, people will attack one another. Slaughter one another, man. It's going to get to that point. And nobody will be kicking in that day. There won't be no TikToks being made in that day. It's going to be serious, man. It says, verse 28, when they cry for help, I will not answer. Brother, this is scary. Can you imagine that? Calling on the Lord, you get no answer. Well, that's going to happen for individuals who has been mocking and scoffing and being demons. It says, though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me. For they hated knowledge and choose not the fear of the Lord. Okay? They hated knowledge, man. So the Most High going to get them. He going to get them, man. It says, they rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. So, ain't going to be nice. Okay? Ain't going to be nice, man. So, you can watch the rest of this video if you want to. All right? But this is a good clip. You know, it's another one about the MOTB, man. I think this is the clip here. Or probably another one, but he mentions the MOTB. I'll find it because it's a recent one though. But this is a very good clip too here. All right, because I mentioned at the beginning of the video how that pretty much he in one of his videos he mentioned the MOTB.
The elite.
Let me see here. It's 2 days ago. Yeah, I probably got it in my likes. That was the first video that I seen in my likes. But I'll find it though. I'll find it. And if I find it today, I'm gonna do a lesson on it tonight, Lord willing. But anyway, moving on. This is a video here from Darbu 7. Okay. And as you see, it says, are you ready? DC begins boarding up, holding drills ahead of election over social unrest fears. Okay, so they're preparing for something. All right, as you can see, they're boarding up things way ahead of time. Okay, so they are expecting something. All right, it's something that they ain't telling the public. It is something that they're not telling the public that they're getting ready to do. And the elections is a couple days away, bro. It's a couple days away. Who knows how it's going to turn out? Okay. For me personally, I hope they put Kamala in office. That is something I want to see. I want to see Kamala in office. I want to see these people celebrate and be happy, you know, jump up and down. And I want to see Esau pissed off, you know, ready to, you know, start a civil war, civil unrest. I want to see that, man. But if Trump get in, so be it. I think they'll still have riots, whether Trump get in there or Kamala. All right, so I'm going to play this video here from Dabu 7, man. Here we go.
Are you ready for any potential blowback that comes from this election that pours into the streets, either which way it goes? Well, it looks like the government has been preparing for this. And as I recall, back when Trump went against Hillary, this wasn't happening. They weren't boarding up like this. They weren't going to this extreme, thinking that chaos was going to happen. Now, chaos happens in DC. I've been there front line. I've filmed it. But it's almost always these groups that are connected to paid protesters and agitators that always tracks back to George Soros and the minions. This time, I expect to be no different. If Trump gets in there, you're talking about a huge staged event. You're talking about everything they got to throw at it. They're going to try to throw at it. And when these people are being paid to do this, it gives them a license to just cause chaos, and they think they're going to get away with all of it. And they do most of the time when backed by these people. Now, if they give you Kamala, I'm not so sure that all the people that just sat there and did nothing last time are going to do that again. Trump said, this is it. He's not running 4 more years from now. There's nothing to wait on or anything from there. And there's just all these different theatrics that can happen here with the election. Kamala can sit there and say, I'm not going to sign this and push this through. She's the vice president. It's her job to certify the election, just like it was Pence's. And everyone called Pence a Judas because of what he did. Okay, she could just say, nope, we're not doing it. We're citing Article 3 of the 14th Amendment. And in that, we're saying that he is an insurrectionist. And because of that, he doesn't get the votes. And it weighs big here on what happens with the House of Representatives. And if they can push this through and try to pin Trump to the floor. If he wins, they're definitely going to go after him here on this world stage with the law, try to put him in jail, do all these things, no doubt. And I almost think that the stage is set for it. It seems that this time, tons of people are coming out on that side of this in support of Trump. And it looks very dismal on the other side. So either way it goes here, they're expecting some blowback. Will the Trumpers start burning places down and all that stuff if they give you Kamala? I would think not. I would think that you're going to see something different, something that's...
How you know Dabu 7? Are you trying to imply that the Trumpsters, they don't burn stuff down, right? Because they're the righteous, right? They're the holy ones. They wouldn't do such a thing as burn something down, right? These devils, man. These devils something else, bro. Esau will burn some shit down, bro. Okay? They'll do it. Now, they probably put the blame on the left and say, you see, they did it, right? Just as old boy way back in the day, what's his name? Paul Revere, right? With the Boston Tea Party. They dressed up as Gadites, right? They dressed up as Gadites, did their dirt, and put the blame on Gad. But it was them devils who did it, man. Right? Them so-called conservatives. They did that. Right? Same thing today, bro. Esau full of it, man. He's full of it. All right? Here we go.
It's actually original. And you're going to see things happen that you've never seen before because people are at the end of the rope. And that's it. You're just going to see things go into motion. And it may just get other people watching to get up off their ass when they see true patriots making moves out there.
Right.
But that's
right. True patriots. Right? These are true God-fearing, Jesus-loving, holy men. Right? These are righteous patriots. Right? They're never put in a bad light. Is always patriots. God-fearing Christ, right? Dabu full of shit, just like every other Edomite, okay? If they riot, they're patriots, but if the left riot, they're terrorists. This is what they say, man. It's all freaking wordplay, man. If the conservatives riot, they're patriots. They're trying to fight for their country back. Rah! But the left do it. Oh, they're terrorists. They're thugs. Look at them. Niggers. They're gangbangers. They're beasts. They're savages. This Esau for you, man. the Patriots, man. Get the hell out of here, bro.
It's a whole different situation. You just never know. Everybody's always waiting for the white knight to come save the day. Well, you have got to be the change you seek. Ain't no one coming to the rescue. We ain't got no allies. And the stage is set for chaos, it seems, either way it goes. I just think that if they give you Trump, there's going to be less of it. We didn't see it last time. The majority of the people were satisfied. It's only the paid agitators that are out there causing the problem. So if they give you Trump and you see them lighting buildings on fire, it's the same old, same old. It really is. Within a day or two to be done, the city have to pay for the damage. And they know who did it. They know it all tracks back to Soros and these goons. They know it. So they just write it all off. But telling you, if they give you Trump, which is highly likely in my book, they can unleash waves of chaos. It almost seems like that's the plan. And do they really got to be all paid protesters at this point? Or could they possibly be some of these millions of migrants they've brought in here for some reason? What about them Chinese? Just wait till they come out the bushes. Just wait till they all.
What about them Chinese? Esau's against everybody, man. Because in their mind, as I keep on saying, in these Christian evangelical Edomites' mind, they are the righteous, they are the chosen, and everybody else is the wicked. Everybody else is the devil and of Satan. But them, they're of God. We're patriots, right? I can't wait to see Esau as laid out bloody, man. I salivate on that day to see Esau as laid the freak out, bro. Okay? I'm so sick of this devil, man. I mean, all of them, bro. Okay? And the closer we get to this election, the more Esau shows his true color. Just like that rally they had at the MSG Stadium, where all them different Edomites came up and they spread, Patriots, MAGA. Oh, boy was saying MAGA. Hey, man, I really got a hatred for Esau, bro. He gotta go, bro. Okay?
All make their move. We're in a war, folks. We're in a war. Do not forget it. I wish you well out there in the streets or wherever you're at. We've got big events coming at us. I'm talking economic. They're going to freeze things up. All cards are on the table. Join me for the live streams where I talk about it in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Stay sharp, y'all. Just about that time.
Just about that time. Get the hell out of here, man. But one thing that I do want to highlight, though, is there's a point of the division amongst the people. Okay, the political turmoil. Bible speaks about that here in 2nd Ezra. I'm gonna grab that, and then I'll close out with that, man. I guess I'll speak about this tonight, Lord willing, on the Financial Coffee channel about women who have been evicted and living in their cars. I'll speak about that tonight when I find out the video, Lord willing. Lord willing, all right? But here we go. 2nd Ezra 15, NLT Bible, man. GNT Bible. It says, 14 verse, the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves to fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, while ignoring the legitimate government. This is what we're seeing, and it's going to get even more intense and get to this point, to where you're going to have groups of people, man. Okay, so-called militias and gangs of people, bro, just going around doing their own thing, right? Trying to gain some control. It's going to get to that level. It says there will be no longer free access to the cities. Why is that? Because when they do get out of hand, right? Things get out of control. America gonna look, hey, they're gonna declare martial law real quick. Okay, you're gonna see troops everywhere, and they're gonna shut down all these major cities, all these major highways, to where you can't get in, you can't get out until they so-called get some control. All right, and this kind of behavior that the scripture is speaking about can lead to those 15-minute cities, right? It could very well lead to that. Okay, it says because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion where people live. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. So it's going to be crazy out here in these streets, all right? And we're just hoping and praying that the Lord protects us. If it be the Most High will. I'll close out right there, man. I'll praise you. How about you, Shabbat Chakadash. Lord willing, I'll come back again tonight to finish out some more clips, all right? Shalom.